Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and welcome to the show, y'all. Let me get back to about how Shirley set up the Vice Lord, right? Because Shirley done got popped. Just to give you a quick recap. Shirley done got popped by the state trooper. She done made a deal on the fly with the DA to set up the Vice Lord because they don't believe that her Vice Lord boyfriend that she met through the mail is running things, right? They think that it's higher up. The warden is not going to believe that somebody like the Vice Lord that she's seeing is the guy that's in charge of this move, right? Even though he is. They want to take the whole mom down, right? So Shirley has agreed to do that. She got her deal in right. She ain't going to the penitentiary. Yeah, she going to get probation, but she ain't going to the penitentiary for nobody. She just met this dude. You understand what I'm saying? So here's the thing. Over the next course of the next few months, Shirley taking pack in day after day after day, and she's finally getting some traction, finding out what it is she needs to know to satisfy her deal because they want to know who's the face behind the move. So she tells her boyfriend one night, she said, look, I'm going to have a problem. This is what the DA and them dropped on, right? Because they've done their investigation. They know these Vice Lords in this penitentiary. They got poor, they got status, they got people on the streets they can reach out to and get whatever they want. So they need Shirley to get them to call one of their plugs and let Shirley go by there and pick it up. And so they can start to tie this thing together, right? So Shirley tells her boyfriend, look, my dude is having a hard time finding some stuff now. Do you know anybody that can shake the spot? And he's all willing to do that because he don't want to lose the status and the position that he has with the brothers that's at the top of the chain, right? So he go tell them, and guess what they do? They look and find one of the brothers out there in the town that's shaking the spot. Got plenty bread. Got plenty bread, and they got plenty dope. They got plenty dope. I mean, they got plenty dope. So Shirley tells her boy, she said, well, look, can I talk to him? Can I talk to him, the one you talking to, so I can make sure that I'm going the right way, right? I want to make sure, because I don't want to be riding in the wrong part of town and mess up nothing. And he ain't even thinking that. That's how slow he was when it come to the game. She popping her whip on. Why you need to talk on the phone? If he give me the instructions, I get the instructions. You just follow those instructions. But Shirley was insisting. She pushing. She want to talk to the head dude. When she get him on the phone, look, the phone is tapped. They just need his voice. And they need it. Hey, how you doing? What's your name, baby? And he give up his name. Hey, how you doing, Miss Shirley? And she said, I'm good. I just wanted to talk to you, man, to make sure we can work this stuff out and make sure I'm going to the right place because I want to keep it solid. I don't want to mess up nothing. You know what I'm saying? This will be the first time that we go by and do this, right? And I want to do this plenty more times, right? Because the plug that I got out here is shaky. I don't need nobody shaky on the team. You understand what I'm saying, baby? And he hit her back all laughing and giggling. I hear you, mama. All this and that, right? This is what we're going to do. Go holler at bro, tell bro this, and then he going to give you that. And don't worry about getting him no money. And then, we're going to shake the spot. She said, I got you. So she go by the spot. She say the little code. They let her in. They give her everything that she need. But this is what they don't understand. She ain't only got on the wire. She got on the camera thing. You feel me? On the little cross laying between her breasts, right? Right there in the cleavage. They see everything, and they can see that the dudes is looking right at her cleavage because they got their faces clear as a bell. They know what they're doing. I'm telling you now, they're not stupid. They might be slow, but they ain't stupid. They ain't stupid. So Shirley walking around, clickety, clackety, shaking it and all this and that, right? I told her she in her 40s, right? She walking around doing her thing, all these young dudes, and she's looking around this little spot. And all she's seeing is Vice Lords, everybody bandanaed up, and everybody's hollering and speaking and having a good time and whatnot, like a little clubhouse or something like that, right? And now she's got everybody's faces on the camera and what they doing and how they doing, and everybody's talking to her. This such and such gal, he sent about here to shake the spot. They're like, oh, what's up, sis? How you doing, baby, sis? All this old kind of stuff making her feel good because all the cats in here is young. All of them young. All of them young. Some of them young enough to be her kids. And it's making her feel real good. She done almost forgot that she was undercover for the police while she's up in there recording and taking pictures and getting them on the wire. She done almost forgot that. And then when they handle the dope, they take in the back and they open up the envelope. They open up the briefcase and show them big old birds, right? And they chop off a little bit. Here, take that to bro then. You feel me? Just stunt real good. And then one of the Vice Lords up in the joint, he said, ooh, you look real good. when you get back from visit, come on back over here so we can kick it a little bit. Now, she got to play her role. She said, oh, okay then. She said, I might be too old for you, though. You can't handle this. You know what I'm saying? And he said, I can handle anything you got. You feel me? Come on back over here, though, right? She done, like I said, she done almost forgot that she's undercover for the police. So she go to the penitentiary. She got the pack. She got all the information that the police need. And when she leave the place, right, before she get to the penitentiary, she take the wire off. She take off the microphone and the camera thing and put that in the dashboard. She gone into the penitentiary, right? Take the pack on up in her. Listen to me. This is how these folks are. They'll let the dope go on in. They'll let the dope go on in. Because they surveilling everything. See, they end up taking pictures. They got everything that they need. They know who's doing what, but they need her to do it a certain amount of time. Now, I don't understand it, but somebody told me this. Let me tell you what they told me. You got to do it a certain amount of time so the feds can make sure they case solid. I don't know if it's 3, 5, or 8, but she did it 8 times. Back and forth, back and forth. And a couple of times she went back. Listen to me now. A couple of times she went back to the place. She went back to the place, the little clubhouse where all the vice lords at. She up in there kicking it. Now keep in mind, her dude in the penitentiary, vice lord. He vice lord. But she back up in the little clubhouse with the vice lord, all hugging up and drinking on some, you know what I'm saying, little Remy and all this old type of stuff. Feeling good. She don't get high though. She ain't do no dope. She just up in there drinking good. The oldest thing up in there. No, she ain't got no business up in there. If she got a boyfriend, but again, that's a side story. We ain't gonna get into that right now. But she having a good time. Having a good time. So when dude crack on her, he said, look here, why don't we get on up out of here? Now she don't know what to do. Now she don't know what to do. She said, what you mean? He said, let's go on by the spot. You can go to my house or we can go to yours. What you want to do? She was like, well, it is getting late. Trying to play slow because she don't want nobody else in the place to hear that she about to make the move. You feel what I'm saying? She said, well, yeah, I guess you could take me home. It's a little late for me. Y'all party too hard for me. Now everybody looking at her like, we know what it is. Bro finna knock that down. You know what I'm saying? But she trying to play like she just going home. It ain't like that. They know what it is. They don't care nothing about their brother that's in the penitentiary, the vice little brother that's locked up. They don't care nothing about nothing. They see Shirley for what she is. You feel me? They see her for what she is. Trying to be young and all this and that. So the vice lord dude, he take her to the house. Knock her down. Ooh wee. It's been a long time for Shirley, so she got him up in there rocking and rolling. You understand what I'm saying? And she telling him, you ain't gonna tell nobody. The whole time, she's sitting on top of him, on his lap, bouncing up and down. She said, you better not say nothing to nobody. And he hitting that thing, and all this and that. He said, I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say. You don't say nothing, I don't say nothing. And there it is. But again, like I say, she done forgot she working for the police. Because the police hear everything. They know what she doing. They don't care. All they want is to make their case. So they use that to their advantage. So they tell her, say, look, find out if they got any weapons. Oh, that takes it to another level. It takes it to a whole nother level. And she's like, I don't know what I'm going to say. Just tell them that you need some protection. You live at the house by yourself. You need some protection and see if they can help you out. So she tell the dude that she been sneaking and creeping with, you know, you got anything that can help me? I'm at the house by myself so I can protect myself. I don't want nobody running up in here. He said, wait a minute, you got a problem? Somebody been coming around here? And she said, no, but you know how stuff is. And he said, well, next time you come by the house to pick up something for bruh, I got you. She said, no, you're going to have to wait. I can't pick up, because when I pick up from you, I go straight to the penitentiary. Wait till I come back. He tell her that's what's up. So when she gets back from visiting the vice lord brother at the penitentiary for the 5th or 6th time, getting close to that 8th, for the 5th or 6th time, she stopped by there. He ain't there. But one of the other vice lords take her in the back, open up the briefcase, weapons everywhere, all kind of Glocks up in that thing, bullets, everything, whatever you need, whatever you need. And don't forget, she got the camera hanging again between that cleavage on that necklace, and she's seeing everything, and the feds is watching everything too. They getting it all. Building a strong case. But here's the thing. Let me tell you something. The feds is never satisfied. See, they got to make sure the case is rock solid. And now, I told you just a second ago, the dude that Miss Shirley been messing with on the side, right? The vice lord dude. I told you he wasn't there to meet her, right? Wanna know where he was at? Feds done snatched him up. Oh yeah, they snatched him up. And they let him see, listen to me, this is how cold the game is. They let him see the video of him knocking her down. Yeah, knocking her down. Talking about she's sitting on top of him. I'm talking about bouncing and everything is a jiggling. You understand what I'm saying? And he ain't fazed by that. He said, so what? They said, wait a minute. Let me show you what this so what got coming out your mouth is going to mean to you. If we got pictures of you doing this, we got pictures of you doing other things. So let me show you. So they give him some pictures. They show him pictures that Miss Shirley up in the playhouse. They call it the playhouse, right? Miss Shirley up in there, and there's pictures of all the brothers up in there. And the detective tell him, you know what we gonna do? We ain't gonna say Shirley helped us do this. We gonna leak out that you helped us do this. And he said, man, you can't do that. You the police. You can't be doing me like that. They said, we do what we want to do. Now, you work with us, we work with you. He didn't even think about it. He said, what you need me to do, man? So they told him, they said, look here. We need you to plant some bugs in the playhouse for us so we can hear everything that's going on up in there. And we need it to be secret between us. If anybody finds out about it, we're going to take you to the federal penitentiary. We're going to charge you with all of this stuff that you see on these pictures. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? See, once he agreed, they knew they had him, so they twisted it. You know how you put somebody in a headlock, and then you take your knuckle and you rub it across their head real hard, real aggressive, because you know you got them and ain't nothing they can do? That's what they did to him. That's how they do. So he leaned back in his chair. He said, man, this is messed up, man. And then they told him, I said, they said, this is the price you pay when you play. Simple as that. Simple as that. So they set him up and they show him how to put this stuff in there so that it would work and all this and that. And the first time he did it, the stuff didn't work. So they told him he's going to have to do it again. It took him 3 times to get it right. He was so nervous up in there because you're never alone up in that playhouse. You feel me? But most people at different times of the day, some of them sleep, they nod out, they high, they drunk, whatever the case may be. But people, this traffic is in and out of the place. So he finally gets everything right, and the whole playhouse is wired up. They don't need Miss Shirley no more. They done got all the information they need from her. All they need her to do is continue to deliver those packages up in the penitentiary. They finna take the whole mob down. They gonna take the whole mob down at one time. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So they get Miss Shirley. They get Miss Shirley and they tell her, look, you continue to do what you do to go to visit, right? But we got what we need. And if you say anything, the deal is off. You're going to jail. But see, Miss Shirley was feeling guilty on 2 levels. One, she done got everything messed up by getting caught. 2, she done started feeling something for this dude that's in the penitentiary, even though she ain't never ever done nothing with him on the level that she did with his own brother. She feeling guilty though. Her conscience is eating her up, right? She ain't a bad person. She just freaking. That's all. You can be freaking and not be a bad person. I don't know why people think that you can't be freaking and be good. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, I ain't gonna get into that. That's another story. I'm gonna tell that another time. So she tells him, she said, look, I need to talk to you about something. Now keep in mind, this vice lord dude here, he young, he ain't slow, but at the same time, she's starting to feel for him. So she tells him, she said, can I trust you with my life? See, that's heavy right there, ain't it? It's heavy. And he said, yeah, baby, you can trust me. So he said, what's wrong? He said, I noticed you've been acting weird these last few times. And she said, I don't know how to tell you. I don't know how to tell you. And he told her, because he feeling her too. Because if not for her, he wouldn't be the person that he is right now. He wouldn't have the position he had. He wouldn't have the authority. So she said, look, make sure you call me tonight, and then we'll talk about it. But don't call me until your cell is asleep. He said, oh, we finna get it on? She said, oh, we can do that when you want to, but it's something I need to talk to you about. Real serious, and I don't want him ear hustling because you know he be listening and stuff like that. You already told me he be up there laughing and stuff you be saying to me. And he's like, yeah, okay then. I'll make sure he's asleep. Because his selling, he ain't no vice lord. He ain't no vice lord. See what I'm saying? He a peon. But he don't need to be hearing nothing. So here we go. Shirley leaves, she get home. It's about 8 o'clock. She called him up. She talking to him. She done forgot. She listened to him. She done forgot. Her phone is tapped. See, she thinking that when they told her that they got everything they need, that they wasn't using her, they don't need her no more. She didn't think that her phone was still gonna be tapped. They gotta make sure their case stay silent. That's what they gotta do. But she done forgot all about that, so she calls him. She's talking to him, and after about an hour, she tell him, I got in trouble. And he said, what you mean you got in trouble? She said, I got stopped by the state trooper. And he said, for real? She said, how did you come to visit then? She said, no, this was months ago. He said, what? Now his interest is piqued. So what happened? She said, they let me come on to the prison. So when was this? And so she breaks it down to him and tells him that pack that she told him that, you know what I'm saying, the car messed up, she had to get a rental car and all that other kind of stuff. She told him all of that. So now he's lost. He said, so you've been lying to me all this time? She was like, yeah, I had to, or I was going to get locked up. So what you do to not get locked up? She said, I've been working for them. So the phone went silent. He mad. He's mad because he's trying to figure out what's going to happen to him. He ain't thinking about her no more. And can you blame it? No, you can't blame it. So here we go. He said, look, you know what you're dealing with. You know what you're dealing with. If something happened, they going to do something to you. She said, well, I know, but I love you. They always throw that 4-letter word in there. I always throw that in there. I love you. I love you, thinking that's going to get everything and make everything okay. And it did with him. He said, I love you too. Because he wanted to hold on to her. He wanted to hold on to her. He likes her. He likes older women, you know? So anyway, he says, what we going to do? What we going to do? And she said, I ain't supposed to even tell you about this, but I just can't keep it from you no more. So he tells her, he said, look, you need to go talk to them and make sure I don't get locked up. She said, how do I do that? What? I don't understand that. You need to go tell them. She said, they got everything on tape. He said, what? She's like, yeah, I've been wearing a wire and a camera and everything. Now he realizes how serious this thing is. And now it ain't about him going to jail. It's about him staying alive. It's about him staying alive. How in the world is he going to get out of this? And he said, you need to go tell them that I'll cooperate. Just that fast. Just that fast. And she said, huh? Yeah, that's how the game go. The first to cooperate is the one to get the least amount of time. He said, I ain't trying to go to jail for them. He said all of this. Now, keep in mind, the phone is tapped. The phone is tapped. So they hear all this. They hear every bit of it. So they say that I love yous and talk a little bit more and all this and that. Then they get off the phone. When they get off the phone, Shirley's phone ring. Ding. It's the Fed. And they say, Shirley, didn't we tell you not to say anything to anybody? She was like, yeah, I ain't said nothing to nobody. He said, ma'am, your phone is tapped. You knew this. Your phone is tapped. So she's panicking now. I'm sorry. I love him though. And they don't want to hear nothing about that. Feds ain't playing about that. They don't want to hear none of that. So they said, look, we're going to go see him tomorrow. And we're going to see if we can't work out a deal and see if he can give us some useful information on top of what you've already given us. If not, we don't need them. They serious business. And she said, please, can you give him the same deal you gave me so he can get out and we can be together? Feds don't care nothing about that, but this is what they told us. They said, we'll see. We'll do the best we can. If he has anything to offer, then yes. If not, we'll let the DA figure out what to do with him. She said, okay, just please try. Like they ain't said nothing. She just pushed right past that. Please try to do something for him. So they end up getting off the phone. And the next day, they go by the prison to see the vice lord dude that she been seeing, right? But if you want to hear how that conversation went and what went down after all of that, you're going to have to tune into the next episode. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.